Others in game, so I'm going to bathroom, and then we're starting this off. Right back.
Alright, I am launching my spectator. Alright, starting the recording now. And now we are taking a look at a 2500 ELO player named Otter. Surprised actually not pro, but looking at the two team comps right now, on the blue team we have an Ezreal who will more than likely be AD, Vladimir who is an extremely strong mid or top lane champion, looks like he will be going top, a Warwick who going to be in the jungle, and he is early on relatively weak jungler, but once he hits 6 it starts to get a little bit scary. Sona for support, and Sona's been kind of underplayed. I know that M5's been using her a lot, but besides that, kind of the flavor of the month has been Janna, Soraka, and Taric. And then in the mid lane, most likely going to be Ryze. Now, Ryze or Vladimir can switch, but it's generally better for Vladimir to go top because he has a little bit more in terms of escapes. And now looking at the purple team right now, looks like we have a Fiddlesticks going mid. I'm looking at the bottom first because that is a very interesting thing. He's very strong against Ryze early on because he has the drain and really can't take much damage from Ryze. And then going against Vladimir is going to be Pantheon. So both kind of underplayed picks in terms of like Pantheon is a little bit more popular, but still he falls off pretty hard in the late game. And then we have Skarner in the jungle. Skarner is he's actually a little bit stronger than Warwick before 6, but is strongest post 6 because he can pull people into his team. Then for the AD is going to be Graves, one of the most popular AD carries right around now. Very, very strong laning phase because he is inherently tanky. And then Blitzcrank for support, again, one of the most popular supports going on right now because of his pull. He can easily change the pace of the game within the first minute just by landing one good pull. And now it seems like the co-caster Dexirian is back, and he's going to do his nice little intro for you guys.
Yep, hello everyone, my name is Dexirian. Most of you already know me by the name of Samita on my YouTube. I'm going to be your commentator for this game along my side. Nabeaus going to be your analyst, as you see right now. He's already doing all his good job, doing whatever he's good at, pretty much everything that is related to analysis. And I'd like to point out something already that I find a little bit peculiar. Fiddlestick mid, I believe, or top. Not sure who's going to be mid between Pantheon or Fiddlestick, but Fiddlestick is not really a pick you see going in soul lanes now anymore. It's pretty much a jungler or support these days, so that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work out.
Definitely interesting, and I think that you'll most likely be seeing him mid because he's not near the blue buff for the top lane, so he could get off a bunch of drains, but he will get mana hungry and needs that cooldown reduction to withstand the Vladimir harass. I mean, he is actually a good counter to Vladimir, but at the same time, he's a great pick to also shut Ryze down and farm, and that's what you need early on to keep Ryze from getting that tier as long as possible.
And for summoner spells, nothing too peculiar going on. We see 3 ignites on the purple team and 3 ignites as well. So pretty much every single summoner spell are the same, actually, mirror match summoner spell wise. So nothing too big going on there. And as we get in game, just would like to point out that we're both going to go live. So we're probably going to be 30 seconds ahead. So we're going to skip the beginning just so we're both live and on par and mirror, so we can commentate at the same time. Yeah,
because that actually has been a running mistake for us because one of us will be 10 or 12 seconds ahead or behind either way, and that just turns out to be a bit of a cluster for the two of us. So around this point, generally you'd be seeing commercials, but because we are not popular, we don't get commercials right now. So you get to stare, we get to stare at the very pretty loading screen, but since it's spectator mode, it will load very fast. Yep. We don't have to wait 8 hours for the guy running his Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tarts or T83 or calculator, or all those running gags that everyone pop out when someone's load slow and stuff.
And now, actually, now that you brought it to my attention, the Pantheon or Fiddle, they could easily exchange lanes either way, but what do you think would be the more popular route? Because in my mind, I'm thinking Pantheon will be top just because he can keep Vladimir locked down and then still catch him after he uses his pool.
I don't know. Pantheon can do good against Ryze as well in the early phases of the game because I'm pretty sure he can outpoke him with his early harass and whatnot. But don't get to see him at 20 seconds at the moment. Is that where you're at?
I am at 22 at this moment.
Perfect. So we're both synchronized. So we're going to look at the starting items. Nothing too peculiar. The only peculiar will be Blitzcrank, not starting with a Hell Pendant or a Fever Charge. Actually going with the boots level 1. So we're probably going to see an invade from the purple team.
Yeah, most likely an invade, especially since the blue team's level 1 is extremely weak compared to the purple team's, because, let's see, this Pantheon hasn't chosen an ability yet, so my guess is he's waiting for Blitzcrank to possibly land a grab, and if he does, you see him quickly take his W, which is his stun, and so he can land right on top of whoever he pulls and be a very easy first blood.
Seems they want to be heading towards the red buff at the moment. They think they are anticipating Warwick to start there, but Warwick seems that he's going to start at the blue. So if the AD carry decides to not go the long route, which Ezreal is doing at the moment, which is really smart on his part, it could be your first blood. And we might know Sona actually deciding to go the long route as well, so smart play on Sona. Blitz actually doing a preemptive grab on that bush to see if someone's there, and they're not going to find anyone, so Fiddlestick's going to recall right off the bat, which makes me think Fiddlestick's going to be top, yep.
Yeah, so Fiddlesticks is in fact going top. Did he pick up an extra health potion? He did not. He really doesn't need any extra health potions unless he gets camped up top lane, because he has that drain, which he did take level 1. He did not decide to take Fear or Dark Wind. Very good choice, because with that ooh, actually could be seeing a pull on the Sona right here.
But yep, Sona going the wrong way, getting pulled by Blitzcrank. Already the flash going off from Sona, but I think that's going to be the first blood. Who's going to grab it? That's going to be Graves getting the first blood. So first blood for the AD carry. Sona going the wrong way. Ezreal wanted to do the golems, and unfortunately they were camping the right bush for that.
And now a really bad thing for that blue team now is Sona used both of her summoner spells, and that's going to be a telltale sign for Skyrim to say, "Oh, let's go, just sit bot for the next 4 minutes." I believe that's how long the flash cooldown lasts, and so that's going to be very annoying for Ezreal, because now he's just to be terrified of Skarner just sitting there and not letting him farm. On top of them farming Sona for kills.
Yeah, the only thing is Skarner early games is not that strong. Even Warwick's is not that strong, so both junglers really not that great 3-6. But we might see Skarner going bot a few times nevertheless, because yes, Sona without flash is going to be easy to catch, especially with the red buff and Skarner's Qs, which do massive slows.
We now see a lot of trading go off in mid lane. Ryze spamming his Q onto Pantheon, even though his mana costs are so high. He doesn't have any sort of mana pool.
We already see a flash from Ryze going onto Pantheon right now. The Ignite coming up from Ryze. Will that be enough? No, actually Pantheon picking off Ryze right before he was able to kill him. So Pantheon with the auto crit actually managed to pick Ryze right before he fell down. So that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but the blue team will have the upper hand since of the Warwick assist.
Yeah, and even though Warwick did get the assist, he got the kill. So that's actually a huge setback on Ryze, because now Warwick seems to be pushing this lane a little bit. It's actually inherently pushing because of the farm already. But Ryze is going to be forced to try to farm near Pantheon's tower. That's the advantage to Pantheon right there.
And we see on the bottom lane, Defar Bush already getting warded, so that Blitz doesn't have those free grabs. We see Skarner doing a little peek at mid, but being pretty low from his jungle at the moment, so won't be able to do much there either. On the top lane, nothing much going on, just farming on both sides. Actually, Fiddlestick pushing Vlad in his tower. That's not what I expected. Vladimir can just spam E to push the lane back, but it seems that Fiddlestick Darkwinds are doing a good job right now.
Vladimir could spam E, but Fiddlesticks knows that he hasn't grabbed that yet. Generally at level 2 and 3, Vladimir's going to keep leveling his Q up and getting 1 point in the pool just in case he is ganked. And we're seeing a bit of a
yeah, we see Warwick going for the red buff, but Skarner is totally aware from that, and Pantheon's going to come as well. So will Warwick get caught by Pantheon? Here goes the Q, here goes the stun from Pantheon. Skarner's going to grab him with his red buff in his Q. Warwick's going to flash away though, but Ryze is going to W it. But we see Fiddlestick coming down from the top lane. He's going to go with a Fear Drain onto Warwick plus the Ignite, and the last tick from Ignite will finish that kill. So that's going to be a free kill for Fiddlestick on the top lane, and the blue buff too. Wow.
And that blue buff will more than likely win Fiddle that lane, because now he can sit there in the top lane and just spam Drain. He can spam Drain along with his what is this really called? Dark Wind. And they buff Dark Wind, so it's very easy to farm with Dark Wind. So all he has to do is just sit there, and you can see he's just sitting there spamming Drain. And even if Vladimir does manage to pool with the Drain going,
meanwhile, you were talking, there was a little bit big trade actually in the bot lane. Ezreal almost picking off Blitzcrank. He goes to the flash. One last basic attack. Yes, he will end the kill. So that's going to be 1-for-1 for bot lane. Both supports going down. Blitz did go with initiation on Sona, and then right after the stun did grab her. Sona without the flash wasn't able to escape, and that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade for the bot lane.
It is a 1-for-1 trade, but at the same time, Graves already had 1 kill from the level 1 fight with Sona, so he's still rather far ahead. Ezreal just managed to keep the lead that Graves has just even at this point right now. And then what I was saying with Vladimir at top, Fiddle can keep Drain, but even if Vladimir does pull with the Drain being channeled, it doesn't stop the damage. It doesn't break the channel, so even with Vlad in his little pool of blood, he's still taking damage from the pool and losing 20% of his health, current health, because of the pool cost.
And we see Ryze getting bullied right now in the middle lane. Ryze only being level 3 is going to hit level 4 with that wave, but Pantheon being level 5, so he's really getting bullied. Really can't go up to farm as under Insurance rather. So the only thing he can do really is try to poke Pantheon a little bit when he comes to push under his turret. But we're gonna might see a gank from Blitzcrank. He's on the right side right now, wants to grab Ryze under the turret, but won't have the range for it. Ryze playing really carefully right now against that Pantheon. Really can't do much in the mid lane. And on the bot lane, we always see Graves recalling, so he's going to get the attack speed boots plus double Doran, so he's really going to have the upper hand on the few minutes for the next bot lane.
And now, Plato still keeping that lane pushed up against Vladimir. And at the same time, it looks like we may be seeing Pantheon seemed like he was trying to bait Ryze out a little bit, seeing that Ryze is at low mana. Ryze still with no extra mana, and that's where his damage is really going to come from bonus mana. He scales a little bit off AP on some of his abilities, but he decided to go for a cloth armor instead. Now, that's going to really inhibit his farming and damage potential, but at the same time, he needs to be able to stay alive to level up and get some experience along with some farm.
Well, if we look at Pantheon, he's currently sitting at 48 magic resist and Ryze at 49 armor, so both having their great stacks. We actually see a big trade on the bottom lane. Sona almost getting picked off. The exhaust actually going to come down from Sona to prevent that kill from Graves, so Graves could have got another kill from there if it wasn't for that exhaust, so another summoner going down on the bottom lane, and a nice grab for Bliss, I believe.
And while you're while you were watching bottom lane, there was Philistix actually decided to use his ult. I believe he was hiding in the bush in the water, and he ulted right on top of Vladimir, forcing Vladimir to flash and pull, and Vladimir just barely getting away with about 15 health.
Oh, wow. I might actually recall to see that if nothing's going on right now, so I'm actually going to go see that action on the top lane that you're mentioning. So yeah, we see the drain under the turret right now. Vlad only being level 4 as opposite to Fiddlestick being level 6. That's a huge level difference on the top lane right now. I'm actually going to speed it up. See how that's, yeah, wow, that was really close. Vladimir escaping with barely about 15 HP, so yes, nice play on Fiddlestick's part. Channeling the ultimate from the bush, that was a really smart idea on his part, and we actually see Vlad getting bullied the crap out right now, being level 4 against Fiddlestick's level 7, and the drain doing a lot of damage at the moment.
And just the purple team having such a very strong early game comp, but at the same time, with the Skarner, who's extremely tanky late game with the right items. Now we're supposed to see a fight going down in bot lane. Sona with
Ignite. Sona will get picked off. Oh my god, Sona being a little bit too greedy there, and the Graves, Ignite and the Q and the from the damage from Graves will be just enough. Oh, Ezreal trying to snipe, but that won't be enough. Graves living with about 80 HP, so that was a little bit nice try on Ezreal's part though. Just a little bit lack of damage from that, and we might see a dive on the mid lane. No, Pantheon's just walking by the turret at the moment. Skarner's in position as well, and we see Fiddlestick in the area as well, so I'm not sure what they're trying to do. They may have wanted to dive Ryze under the tread, but didn't really get to.
Actually, what they were doing is they were stealing the blue buff, because you look right now, they've got there around the 7:30 mark, so because Warwick did start blue, it was down around 2:15-ish, so that meant 5 minutes later, 7:15, that buff came up, and just because they were there at 7:30, that was just the time that Skarner managed to show up, and they knew that because everyone's so far behind that they still had time to go try to steal that buff, and Skarner did donate the blue team's blue buff to Fiddlestick, so that's going to keep Vladimir very scared, because Fiddle now has that unlimited mana once again.
And we all see a top turret going down really early into the game, 8 minutes 30. We all see Warwick coming out on the Villas right now, and Vlad's going to go with the Ignite right off the bat to cancel that drain, and then Fiddlesticks will get picked off really quickly, and Warwick will pick up that blue buff. So Fiddlestick being a little bit greedy on the top lane.
Yeah, Phil's being a little greedy, but at the same time, he's had the opportunity to be. Now we see Pantheon ulting it on top of Vladimir. We'll see what happens with this one.
I'm not sure if Vlad, does he have his pull? Yeah, pull, really nice time pull, but Warwick's in position right now. He's going to try to go with Q Ignite to pick up the kill on Vladimir, but I don't think that was not maybe the best of trades, because Vladimir did get an assist as well, so that's going to be a 1-for-1, but with an assist for the blue team again.
Vladimir did get the assist, but if he sat there so Warwick could get the auto attack, that was actually very smart in terms of Pantheon, because he knew that if he baited Warwick into attacking him, that Warwick get the kill and not Vladimir. So Vladimir is still very far behind, and Warwick is holding his team back by stealing all these kills.
Yeah, 3-1 Warwick. I already got the Witsend really at 9 minutes, so that's a really early Witsend for Warwick. He's going to be doing a lot of damage and clearing jungle really quickly. We all see Skarner almost getting picked off on the mid lane right now. One less Q and W will finish it, but one less basic attack with the Ignite proc. Will that finish it? And that's going to be a blue buff for Ryze on the middle lane. So Skarner overextending just a little bit too much, and I think he underestimated the damage coming out from Ryze.
And very interesting choice on Ryze's part. Looks like he's going for a fast Frozen Heart instead of Tear, instead of Catalyst. He's going for a big chunk of armor, but at the same time, this is going to allow for a very fast Frozen Heart.
Here comes the ultimate from Fiddlestick right now. Not quite landing though. Ryze will go with the W to prevent that fear, so Fiddlestick won't be able to land the fear onto Ryze, so Ryze is going to be able to get away from this one. We see actually a flash from Pantheon. They will catch Warwick. Warwick will get feared by Fiddlestick, but will that be enough damage? I don't think it will, and we actually saw Ryze coming back from the right side right now, but I'm pretty sure both teams won't decide to commit on that one. Here comes the last Dark Winds from Fiddlestick, and both teams are going to back off.
I do believe that the purple team is starting to get a little bit too cocky, because now Fiddlestick's just let Vladimir completely free farm and catch up a little bit in his lane.
Oh, we see a really nice grab coming out from Blitzcrank on the bottom lane. Ezreal getting grabbed using the Arcane Shift right off the bat, but Sona using the ultimate to prevent Graves from using his ultimate onto Sona. Sona would have get picked off right there, so nice ultimate coming out from Sona on the bottom lane, preventing that kill from Graves. Nice grab from Blitzcrank, and nice Arcane Shift from Ezreal, so that was a really nice play on both parts.
And now if you look at Pantheon, Pantheon is going for the Brutalizer build, pretty standard on his part, but Ryze has so much armor, it's actually going to be extremely difficult to bully him out of lane right now. But in other words, it looks like we have Skarner possibly going to ward blue buff or even dive Rise right here. But I don't exactly see them getting a kill just because Rise is so tanky right now. Even though he doesn't have much damage, he can take quite a beating because Pantheon just simply doesn't have the damage output at this point to really push Rise around.
Well, Rise does have 105 armor at this point. We actually saw Skarner coming from the left side, trying to go with maybe a flash ulti perhaps, but Warwick was in position as well. Warwick's actually staying there, so he is aware that Skarner's in there. Skarner's standing in the bush, so Warwick just defending his Rise at the moment, just to prevent that Skarner from diving. Skarner's gonna go back in his jungle, so will Warwick.
Now Fiddle getting a very early tower, I also don't think that's a very good idea on his part, because yeah, you can push the tower all the way up, but at the same time, Warwick, he's standing near this wall. Warwick can jump over with an ult and completely avoid this ward. That's going to be really bad on his part right here.
And here comes Warwick right now onto Fiddlestick. Will he be able to land the ultimate though? Yes, he did get in range right on time, so Vlad's going to try to commit on that, but Fiddlestick flashing on the right side. Vladimir completely whiffing his ultimate. Nice flash timing from Fiddlestick. Actually going to be able to escape this one quite handily.
And now you see Fiddlestick's actually got a Chalice of Harmony, so he's going to be a little bit tankier as well as have a good bit of mana regen going up against Vladimir. So before, when he needed the blue buff to spam his drain, now he has 2 Doran's Rings which provide 10 mana regen on top of the Chalice of Harmony's base mana regen, also giving a percentage as he loses mana. So he's almost impossible to push out of lane unless Warwick does decide to camp him.
And reaction to Blitzcrank right now, going with a flash E onto Sona. Nice grab and flash from Blitzcrank. So he went with the flash, went with the stun, and then grabbed Sona right afterwards before she could get to do anything. And we actually see Pantheon jumping onto Ezreal right now. Ezreal's going to go with the Arcane Shift right off the bat, so they won't be able to commit further on that one. But nice play still coming out from the Burk lane. Blitzcrank with that flash was able to get a free kill for Graves yet again, and that's probably going to be a dragon. We see four players from the purple team, and even Fiddlestick coming down right now.
And there's really no chance of the blue team going to be stealing because now Warwick has used his smite. What did he get? He didn't get any buff. I believe he smited the golds in the bottom lane. So very fast dragon. That's going to be a nice little 1,000 gold increase for the purple team in lead.
You know what's funny is that I was about to say the next bot fight will really determine who's going to get the first dragon, and as I was about to say that, the fight actually happened. So I didn't get to really get out my opinion on that. We actually see where we're going with the red buff is going to be forced to back away and not finishing up because Skarner and Fiddlestick are in position. We actually see Sona getting a little bit close though. Will she get feared though? Nice ultimate from Sona preventing Fiddlestick to land their fear, but Warwick's going to go with the ultimate right off the bat onto Fiddlestick, but nice ultimate coming from Skarner, canceling the channel from Warwick, so Fiddlestick will get picked off really quickly. Didn't even get the channel's ultimate, and now Skarner's getting stuck in a really bad position. Will he be able to pick it up? He's going to go with the flash though, and Graves is there to nice W from Graves to prevent that chase, so that's going to be only 1 kill on Fiddlestick. Skarner will be able to make it out alive, but they still did get the dragon, but no red buff steal there though.
They did get the dragon at the same time because Fiddle is just not in that top lane. Vladimir is free farming. Is he pulling ahead of? Is catching up to Fiddle?
Did you see that Blitzcrank grabbing Rise onto the turret, so forcing the flash onto Rise? Rise would have got picked off really quickly, but now he's going to be a little bit ballsy. We actually saw Graves trying to go with the flash Q, but he won't be able to land it, and Ezreal actually was able to pick Blitzcrank right under the turret. Ezreal doing a lot of damage onto Graves, so Graves will be forced to back that, and that might be the bot turret falling for the blue team.
Wow, I don't think the tower is necessarily going to fall, but
yeah, maybe not.
The lead is actually quickly dissipating. I mean, Ezreal with 3 kills compared to Graves 4. I mean, yeah, that's good, but Ezreal is also ahead in farm. So at this moment, let's see. Graves with 4,900 gold compared to 4,800 on Ezreal. 100 gold is not a big difference no matter what stage of the game you're in.
Oh, we actually see Graves there using the ultimate right off the bat to prevent Ezreal from doing anything cocky on the bot lane, and Ezreal completely out of mana right now. He's going to go with the recall, so he did get a good push though. Before leaving, he's going to be able to recall and not miss much XP on the bottom lane, and we see the blue buff on the blue team rather going on for Rise on the middle lane, so we'll be able to try and maybe poke down in Pantheon, but as I said, Rise does have 113 armor now, so that's a really high amount of armor to prevent that Pantheon from doing much damage. We actually see Pantheon on the top lane, but Warwick's coming up right now. Will he be able to gank that? No, Pantheon, I think he was aware, not even aware though, just general common sense to back off from that lane knowing the jungler would come up.
I think that it's what they're doing right now. It looks like they are doing a big lane swap. I mean, the lane phase is still going even though towers are down. And we see an ult going on right onto Rise.
Yep, onto Rise. Pantheon's going to jump onto Rise. Rise did back a little bit far. Nice ultimate coming down from Fiddlestick, so Rise will get completely decimated from the ultimate. Pantheon ultimate was completely right in the middle, so that's a lot of damage coming from Pantheon. If we look at his ultimate, if it lands on the middle, it's about 700 damage. So that's 700 damage proc onto Rise, plus the ultimate from Fiddlestick will do a lot of damage. And we see Warwick trying to save the turret. Unfortunately, won't quite get to. Nice turn coming out from Fiddlestick, but they won't be able to. Oh, a nice ultimate on Pantheon right under the turret. Pantheon will get picked off by Warwick, and and Vladimir coming to get the assist, actually to pick up the kill. So that's going to be a kill for the far behind Vladimir.
We also may have a tower dive going on bot lane. This purple team really wants to push into the mid game right now because they have such a strong early game comp right now. So Skarner should be ulting Sona out right about. Oh, nice flash from Sona.
Yeah, nice flash from Sona, preventing that Blitz from grabbing or doing anything too big there. So Skarner did waste a little bit of time, but still was able to waste that Sona flash, so that's still good because the next grab from Blitzcrank will be fatal.
And now, what they were trying to do before they dove Ryze was they had swapped Pantheon and Fiddle because Ryze had all that armor built up. He had no defenses going against Fiddlesticks, and Fiddlesticks would be able to crush Ryze. Because Fiddlesticks is all magic damage, and armor is not going to counteract that in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, we saw like about a 2-second channel drain from Fiddlestick, actually getting away with about 300 HP onto Ryze. So yes, the fact that Ryze doesn't have that much armor, I'm pretty sure Fiddlestick will be able to pull him out of the lane quite handily, especially considering the fact Ryze doesn't have his Strid up at the moment. We actually see Warwick on the bottom lane right now trying to gank. Maybe we're expecting the purple team to dive, but Ryze is coming down as well, so that's going to be 4 people from the blue team on the bottom lane. So pretty sure purple Graves and Blitzcrank will be forced to back away.
Now, if you just look at the items coming out from both teams, we have Graves with the Bloodthirst. He's grabbing the Bloodthirst instead of Infinity Edge because he's going to try to sustain against a Sona Ezreal, which does have actually a little bit of sustain. And that's why you're not seeing the Infinity Edge come out straight away, just because he needs to stay in that lane. He needs to be able to stay farming and also be able to capitalize on a Blitzcrank pull, because he can still take the full brunt of damage if Blitzcrank does land a pull on Ezreal.
Personally, I don't think Ezreal will go with a Bloodthirster. That's just my opinion, though. As an AD carry, I'm pretty sure he's still going to go either with an IE or a Quick Trinity, because as you can see, did he cancel his recall? No, he actually canceled his recall, so that's going to be interesting if he decides to go with a BT or not, but I'm pretty sure on Ezreal, an IE is really much better. That's really on pretty much any AD carry. Actually, Blitz going with the flash right now on the bottom lane. He's going to pop his ultimate right off the bat, but he didn't prevent, though, that Arcane Shift coming out from Blitz, but nice ultimate from Ezreal! He's actually going to pick up Blitzcrank really quickly, and Ezreal getting picked off as well from Graves, so Graves will be able to do that. If Fiddlestick channeling the ultimate under the Trid, but Sona was able to get away from this one, but now Warwick doing a nice ultimate onto Fiddlestick right under the turret, but Skarner trying to cancel the channel from Warwick, didn't get to do it right before Fiddlestick died though, and Ryze will get picked off as well. Skarner will get picked off by Vladimir's ultimate, so that's going to be a double kill for Ryze. Nice play on the blue team's part, and we actually see Pantheon jumping though, but he won't make it in time. Wow.
And wow, the funniest part about that whole fight, I think, was just as Blitzcrank died, he managed to land a pull onto Ezreal. And if he didn't grab Ezreal right there, Ezreal would have also gotten away. So that was actually a very, very smart choice. Instead of trying to save himself, he tried to get his carry another kill.
Which he did succeed, and I really like Skarner right now. That's the second time Skarner cancels the Warwick channel. Unfortunately, this time it didn't cancel it before Fiddlestick got picked off under the turret, but Warwick landing really nice ultimates as so Skarner, so 2 really good junglers on both teams from what I've seen so far.
I mean, we are in 2500 ELO. There's got to be some sort of good play happening at some point in time, right?
I completely agree.
And it does look like Ezreal did go with the Bloodthirst. I actually did not expect that to happen.
Wow.
I would have fully expected, because Sona does provide a little bit of sustain. I do believe they slightly buffed her heal or lower the mana cost. It really allowed him to stay in the lane a lot longer, but it seems like he's just trying to be able to go toe to toe with whoever he faces, no matter at what point in the map, whether he's alone or with a group.
And now we see a lot of pings coming onto the dragon area. Just spawned, I think 1 minute ago, and the purple team is spam pinging it rather at the moment. So I'm pretty sure the purple team wants to commit for that, and the whole team is in position. Vladimir completely out of position on the top lane right now, won't be able to make it in time. So that the purple team will try to do dragon as quick as possible. Sona going with a ward, but unfortunately, the jungler is currently fighting on the top, as you can see. Playing Pantheon almost getting picked off. Will he be able to get away? Nice ultimate coming out from Ezreal yet again, and Ryze will get picked off as well. So that's gonna be 2 kills from the purple team. Nice ultimate from Skarner going onto Warwick, preventing him from expecting that one, and now will Sona be able to escape that? Will Blitz land the grab rather? Will he be able to grab Sona? That will be really interesting to see if he can. Actually, it might actually be an easy grab, because she is running in a straight line. Oh, he's gonna miss it! Oh my god, Sona will be able to get away from this one, and now the blue team will turn around. We see Fiddlestick though trying to channel his ultimate onto Ezreal on the bottom side. Won't quite manage to land the fear though, so Ezreal will get out of this one as well. So who does get the dragon?
Missing that hook is actually tremendous, because if they manage to kill Sona as well, there's easily a potential for two towers pushing towards the inhibitor. Not necessarily the inhibitor, but it would have easily put the blue team in a scary position, because with that inhibitor exposed, they could split push, let's say, the bottom turret, and have one person go in and take the inhibitor as well.
We actually see pings on the Baron. I'm not sure if the purple... Wow, nice damage coming out from Graves, almost picking up Sona, but Vladimir is going to go with the ultimate right off the bat onto Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank being a little bit too far out, and is going to get picked off really quickly, so that's going to be another kill for Ezreal, but Blitzcrank currently being sitting on 0-4, so he's not worth that much money, and I think the purple team did want to try a very nice spear coming out from Fiddlestick, but a lot of damage, actually the Ignite going onto Fiddlestick right off the bat, but the last Q from Ezreal getting blocked by Skarner, but Ryze going in with the last Q to finish the kill onto Fiddlestick, so nice play by Ryze, a nice play by Skarner as well, blocking that Q from Ezreal. That would have been the kill for Ezreal, so Ryze did actually pick that one up, so Ezreal, we only get an assist from that kill. We actually see Pantheon on the ball name. I wonder what he's doing right now. The blue team currently mass pushing the mid lane, so that's going to be another turret for the blue team, the second turret sitting right now.
Well, Pantheon is at bot lane because even if the whole team's coming to gangsters they are right now, he could easily just ult out of there. And does Warwick have his ult? Unless Warwick catches him with his ultimate, which it is up, he should be able to get out of there safely.
And that's going to be interesting. He's going to go with the stun onto Ezreal to get some range, but here goes the ultimate from Warwick, and their burst will just be too much. So Pantheon won't be able to get out of this one. That's going to be a 5-man kill on the bottom lane. So a turret for a kill. It's actually worth it in my books because a turret does give a little bit more gold than a kill does.
Technically it does, but at the same time, it's 300 gold to the killer, and then assist gold spread out through the rest of the team. So it is
about 600.
I'd say it's about an even trade, kind of, because I mean, it gets that one person who got the kill a little bit more fed, and that's going to make him a little bit more dangerous, especially shutting down a Pantheon, which is a big deal. Keeping Pantheon out of the game for another minute is a huge deal, because he's going to start to fall off in the next 6 or 7 minutes.
Well, Pantheon is level 14 right now, so he is the highest level on his team. Blitzcrank actually only level 11. I'm surprised Sona being level no, so yeah, not a huge level difference on the supports and the team whatsoever. But I did want to mention though that kills can be achieved through the whole game. A turret is a one-time kill, so yeah, I wouldn't say that's pretty much an even trade. Going back on that turret on the bottom lane.
I think that's a fair assessment, but now Blitz with the Oracle, so now it seems like the blue team is also realizing that the purple team might be gunning for Baron because they're pushing the lane up as much as they can. It's like they're not trying to give a certain person farm, they're just pushing, and actually there are 2 Oracles out right now. So
yeah, Skarner and Blitzcrank, and Sona getting a little bit far out right now. Will Blitz manage to win? No, Varmic actually coming into position right off the bat, but Skarner will get stunned by Sona ultimate. Ryze is going to try to focus Blitzcrank really quickly, but he will get caught by Graves though, so Graves will pick the Graves onto Ryze really quickly, and then we've seen the nice ultimate coming from Fiddle doing a few damage though, but nice ultimate from Ezreal actually doing a lot of damage on the purple team, so Fiddlestick will get picked off right now. The ultimate from Vladimir will finish that kill. Graves is still alive though, so he will be able to finish up that kill onto Sona as well, so that's going to be a lot of kills for Graves, and an ace actually for the purple team. Really nice positionment on the AD carry spot for the purple team during that whole fight, and Ryze being a little bit ballsy, trying to focus the support in the middle of everyone, and Graves really realized, yo, I can pick that Ryze off, and he did, and that was really the one of the big facts of this fight.
I'd say the biggest play was actually Fiddlesticks because he waited. He patiently waited in that bush until Sona used her ult. He could have waited for half that team fight right there. And then once Sona used her ultimate, then he goes in there because as long as he's not stunned, he could fear and silence people throughout the course of that whole fight, as well as doing, how much is he doing right now? His ultimate is doing 300-ish damage per tick. Oh, is that over 5 seconds?
1.5 seconds. 5 seconds rather. I think a tick is each second. Each
5 second channels for each, and the damage is each second. And
that's AoE.
5 seconds of that. I mean, that's the one spell that actually ripped the whole team apart right there. I mean, Graves had really nice positioning, but Fiddle just getting that perfect timing, waiting for the Sona ult is actually what got them that Baron right there.
I wouldn't say Ryze threw it out, but he did. That was a little bit ballsy on his part, trying to focus Blitzcrank in the middle of everyone, completely out of position. We actually see Blitzcrank grabbing the red buff right now, so nice pull into Blitzcrank is actually going to give that red buff. Oh no, it will reset though, so they won't be able to get that, and the blue team right now is in position. Will they be able to pick him off? If they get a pick onto purple team, that's going to be huge. They do have Baron buff right now, but we see the purple team now, Skarner is in position as well, so their red buff will go for the purple team. The blue team doesn't really want to initiate in the jungle, especially when they have Baron.
They could have initiated right there because it was 5v2, but now they got...
Yeah, Ryze completely getting caught out of position, will be forced to flash out, but no, but Pantheon taking a lot of damage, of beating actually from Vlad's ultimate. Will Vlad ultimate finish enough? No, Pantheon is still alive, but we see on the right side, Warwick rather, was able to pick him off, and we see Skarner getting picked up, almost getting picked up rather, so Warwick's going to get grabbed by Blitzcrank on the right side. On the left side, Ezreal's actually going to be able to get Graves, so nice play on Ezreal's part, actually picking off Graves, so that's going to be a nice maybe for the blue team right now, if they are able to finish up that Blitzcrank.
And now what happened there was Skarner was not able to pull Warwick away, neither was Blitz, so Warwick got a full suppression ult up on the Fiddlesticks, and Phil did not get a second to use his ult. He didn't even get to channel it, because it's still available for use, and that's that's pretty much what makes their team fights, and not having that Fiddlesticks ult out on the field. That just allows Ezreal, Ryze, and Warwick just sit in the middle of everyone and just destroy everything.
I'd have to agree. Fiddlestick is one of their pillars right now. He's currently sitting. He doesn't have that much kills. Only 3 and 6. Doesn't have the best score, but he does have the Abyss also. Plus his passive. That's a 40. I think it's a 40 MR shred. AOE. No, it stands. So that's a 30 MR shred for the whole team. Plus his ultimate channeling. So that's a lot of AOE damage coming out from the purple team. And since he's their AP carry, if he does get picked off really early on in the phases of the fight, that's going to be really terrible for the purple team, as you just saw for the last fight.
This team comp is almost Fiddlestick-centric right now because you have Skarner pulling into a Pantheon stun, to which you got a Blitzcrank knockup more or less, and then you have Fiddlesticks using his AoE combined with Graves' brief AoE. So like most of the damage you're going to be seeing is going to be between Fiddlesticks and Graves, and one of them going down, that's cutting out essentially 50% of your damage.
And we saw Fiddlestick trying to channel the ultimate onto Sona, but Sona will get picked up by Pantheon though. Nice ultimate coming out from Pantheon, so they will be able to pick up that Sona. So Fiddlestick tried to channel the ultimate into the bush. They had that warded, but Sona was able to get out of that one right before he landed the fear though. So that's going to be an ultimate wasted for Fiddlestick, but he will get the blue buff, so his ultimate going to get back up really quickly in the next minute.
Actually, the cooldown reduction, because he used his ult before he got the buff, it does not affect the current cooldown. It's so... beforehand, it was, I think it's 140 seconds. So now he has blue buff, it now says 106 seconds, but it does not get reduced, so it's going to still tick down from 140.
Yep. I actually noticed that everyone playing AP carries back in the day. I don't play AP carries anymore though, especially with the new blue buff nerf. They nerfed the mana regen a lot on the blue buff, and when you play really mana-hungry champions, you actually still run out of mana sometimes, even with the blue buff. But I'm not a really main AP carry player anyways.
The whole reason for the blue buff nerf was because people were they were using a lot of flat mana regen runes in combination with like 3 Doran's rings, almost 4, and that just gave you unlimited mana. Now they actually scaled it differently, so you do it if you want to have unlimited mana. You just get 1 mana regen item, but it's still not important to use anymore. The items just aren't strong enough to get.
Well, I really like the new item they implemented. The upgrade for the Chalice of Harmony now is actually a really good item for AP carries. I'm quite surprised we don't see it more often in high elo play, to be honest, because it does give a lot for mana-hungry champions, that is. Champions that really rely on AP and cooldowns don't really require that item, even though it does give 15% cooldown reduction if my memory is right.
It does. You do generally see it as more of like a final item. Like you get the Chalice, and then you finally finish into the Athenes later on in the game. Once you get into those team fights when champions are dying rather rapidly, you get the big chunks of mana back. So champions like Anivia, not so much Ryze, even though you would think that would be a good item for him. He's got such a big mana pool already. He doesn't need the regen. And Swain is actually, it's a huge item for him.
So Ryze does have the Banshee's Veil right now, so if Blitz actually manages to grab Ryze and his Banshee's up, that's going to be huge, because the purple team right now is really relying on either a Skarner or a Blitz pool for the initiation. We actually see on recall on Sona and Warwick. Here comes the ultimate from Fiddlestick right under the Trit. He's going to try to go on Ryze, but Ryze Banshee's Veil will block that fear, so Fiddlestick won't be able to channel the whole duration. Skarner actually grabbing Ryze though, but Ryze won't get picked up. Ryze is still alive. Pantheon's going to jump though. He's actually going to be able to pick up. Whoa, a lot of damage coming from Pantheon's ultimate. Oh my god, that was a really lot of damage. Actually going to be able to pick up Ryze really quickly, but on the right side, Graves was able to pick up Vladimir, so Graves is still alive right now. We'll be able to clean up though. It's going to be a 2v2 to finish up that team fight. A nice knockup coming out from Blitzcrank. He will be able to finish up Warwick. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to do a double kill right now if he plays this right. Oh, a nice arcane shift coming out from Ezreal. Just a little bit too much burst, and Graves will get picked off by Ezreal and Warwick. So nice play on the blue team for that fight. Completely denying Fiddlestick yet again under the turret.
Well, they was extremely lucky where Ezreal channeled his ult, firing it down at Pantheon at the bot turret, but at the same time, the rest of the purple team was sitting there just to the right of that middle turret. And so Ezreal's ult spotted all of them there, so they saw Fiddle channeling. By the time Fiddle was over the wall, they were pretty much all split apart, and that's what threw the whole fight off right there.
Mm-hmm. Nice call on Ezreal's Fiddlestick actually revealing that. I actually completely forgot. It does reveal that where the ultimate is actually standing. So nice play coming out from Ezreal. I don't know how many people they hit with his ultimate, but it doesn't really matter since it's kind of gave them the team fight right there.
The most important thing was the vision. People greatly undervalue vision. Vision is probably... Ward should cost more just because how valuable vision is. And if Ezreal didn't get sight on them, Fiddle would have easily been able to pick off 2, maybe 3, and then with Pantheon split pushing bottom lane, his ultimate has a long range. He could probably almost reach to the wolves, the blue team's wolves, and that's why he's able to do that. So he can sit on that tower, attack, then right when they want to initiate, he jumps right on top of the whole thing while Fiddlesticks is fearing, and they just demolish the whole team.
We see Blitzcrank trying to catch Sona right now, but Ryze is in position, so Blitzcrank won't get W'd by Rice, so he will be able to get out of this one thanks to his W movement speed buff. And I just wanted to mention that I think Ezreal's going to go with a Quicksilver Sash right now to probably for Fiddlestick Fear or Skarner's ultimate. So that's going to be really huge when he does get that, because they won't be able to try to initiate onto Ezreal, so they will need to pick off maybe Ryze, but Ryze does have a Banshees as well, so the blue team right now is getting really good to cancel those big CCs coming from the purple team.
And now they're furiously pinging Baron, because Baron did just come up, and Pantheon was sitting down at the bot lane. I don't think he knew the timing. Blue team taking full advantage of this right now.
And yeah, we actually saw Warwick trying to go with the initiation, but a really ballsy initiation. His team was actually far behind. Nice ultimate coming out from Fiddlestick. Will he be able to do a lot of damage though? I don't think anyone was really in it for the whole duration. Only Vladimir did take a little bit from that ultimate, but purple team actually getting the upper hand because of that bad initiation coming out from Warwick right now. And the only person alive right now is Ezreal. Graves actually going to try to commit on that, but I'm pretty sure they're going to try to go with the Baron. So Warwick tried to channel the ultimate onto Fiddlesticks if I saw right, but they Blitzcrank quickly canceling his channel, so they didn't get to pick up Fiddlestick. He was able to back up and then pop in his ultimate. Didn't do a lot of his ultimate, a lot of damage with the Fiddlestick ultimate, but the fact that Warwick got picked off right before the fight actually started and didn't have that suppressed for the whole duration of the fight, that make a huge difference, and that's going to be a Baron for the purple team.
Actually, I think the biggest difference was they completely underestimated the range of Pantheon's ultimate, because they went in assuming that Pantheon was too far away to ult in, like before the team fight was over. But what happened was Sona tried to catch a couple of them, but that also locked the entire blue team into place right underneath the center of Pantheon's ult, and they just did not have the time to react.
Good call, and actually, yeah, the Sona ultimate was a good try though, but as you say, the Pantheon ultimate does do a lot of damage at this point. He is level 18, so that is 1,000 damage for the targets in the center, so that's a lot of AoE damage if he actually lands a really good ultimate. So we see a lot of AoE damage coming for the purple team. I really like that team comp. We might see that team comp coming out more often, Pantheon top and Fiddlestick mid, or the other way around. I think that can bring up really good team fights if both can land their ultimates.
I think it's extremely situational, because Pantheon is fantastic against Ryze and Fiddle is amazing against Vladimir, and then having an extremely weak Warwick early game jungler, it just gives them free reign to do what they want with those two lanes.
So now the purple team will get that global gold for the Baron and for the Dragon, so that's going to be right now only a 4,000 gold advantage, but that's going to go up to 5.5 thousand gold advantage coming for the purple team. The score only sitting at 27-26 though, so that's really a close game at the moment, but the purple team getting a little bit of the upper hand thanks to the global gold and the objectives.
Yeah, and you can see how much of an impact the global gold does make, and also just a number of assists. The purple team, they've just been grouped up for so long, being able to spread the assist gold throughout the team, and what they're doing is they're catching the blue team when they're not expecting it. They're picking off one or two at a time, and that's what's starting to inch their lead further and further, and that's why they're also able to take these objectives.
So now yep, go ahead.
I was going to say, not having as much ward coverage as they like is actually what's causing them to get picked off so much. If you look at the purple team spread, actually a couple minutes ago, they had the whole top side of the blue team's jungle and a little bit of their bottom jungle warded, and that's what gave them the free reign throughout that whole area.
Well, now it's pretty much the blue team having a lot of map control ward-wise, that is, because they do not have the Baron and like the inhibitors and whatnot. Still no inhibitor fell for any team, so we're probably going to look forwards for the purple team to try and initiate right now. And they do have a few wards. They're actually going to try to maybe catch Sona or Ezreal, like Skarner going with a ward right there, but Sona does have the Oracle, so I'm pretty sure they're going to try to go with that ward. But the purple team is in position though, so they won't be able to, because they will get grabbed either by Skarner or Blitzcrank. So the purple team will push the bottom lane and will get a free trade out of that, because the blue team really can't do much about it.
And now, one thing I actually find really interesting is Pantheon is going a glass cannon bow, which you generally don't see much of. It's generally you get the early game damage, and then you just become a tank, a health and defense monster, just so you can help peel and soak a lot of damage. And his goal is just to push, and then once they're in the middle of the team fight, go in, not get focused, and start to just auto attack his way to victory.
So now pretty much what we're seeing is really Fiddlestick trying to land a really nice ultimate. Does Fiddlestick have his Zonias though? Yeah, he does have the Zonias now, so that's going to be really huge if he can land it. Oh, nice grab coming out from Blitzcrank onto Sona. Sona will get picked off really quickly. Nice ultimate from Ezreal, landing on everyone. Warwick's going to channel his ultimate onto Blitzcrank. Maybe not the best target for that. Nice Vladimir ultimate landing on the whole team though, but a lot of AoE damage coming out from Fiddlestick. He actually landed a really nice ultimate. Well, they were able to pick off Ezreal really quickly though, and that's going to be another ace for the purple team. Only Blitzcrank falling for that Warwick ultimate, so Warwick deciding to go for Blitzcrank with his channel, and really, I don't think that was the best target. I'm pretty sure he wanted to try Fiddlestick before he was able to do his ultimate or his Zonias.
I think he just grabbed the first target in range to try to save Sona, just so she could get her ultimate off. But Sona was extremely careless, walking alongside the wall at the same time her team was coming around the corner. So Blitzcrank kind of figured, oh, there are two of them coming around the corner now, and they're kind of all sticking together as a clump. Let's just try to grab here and see what we can get. And he grabbed the best target possible.
Pretty much. Because that Sona ultimate is actually a huge deal in a team fight if it can land on a lot of people. Vladimir did land a good ultimate, but in conjunction with Sona's ultimate, that can lead to a lot of AoE damage. Unfortunately, Sona did get picked up really quickly, wasn't able to land that, and Fiddlestick got a free channel, and Zonius didn't do his full channel duration, but still, that was just a lot of damage coming out from Fiddle.
Oh, wow. Sona just used her ultimate as she spawned. The feature that Riot added, which will catch your next spell once you're able to, just was completely detrimental to her, because if you look at her cooldown right now, it just went off when she spawned.
Oh wow, I actually didn't notice that. I actually never heard about that feature, so that's interesting. Really not the best thing, I think. Why would they add that, especially like when you spawn at this? I think pretty sure that's going to be a glitch and probably fixed in the upcoming patches.
Yeah, it's actually a nice feature if, like, say you're getting ulted by Warwick and you want to flash away immediately, or you want to silence or something. But at the same time, when something like that happens, which I actually have not seen before, but wow, that sucks.
Well, right now I don't think really the blue team wanted to team fight right off the bat. The purple team does still have Baron at the moment. Actually, no, the Baron just wore off just now, so yeah, maybe the purple team would have wanted to initiate, even though they are behind 10,000 gold at the moment. So that's a really the advantage is really increasing towards the purple team favor right now.
I find this really interesting. Skarner is going with a ton of armor. Frozen Heart looking like you picked up a Negatron cloak and he's got the Mercury treads, but at the same time, like, this team is stacking rather large amounts of armor than I would have expected, considering they're going up against essentially almost quadra AP, because Warwick doing mostly magic damage except for his ultimate.
I'm pretty sure his ultimate is magic damage as well, no? Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yeah, it is. So the only physical damage Warwick brings out is basic attacks, pretty much.
Yeah, his ultimate scales with AD, and that's where I went wrong.
So the only AD really the blue team that has is Ezreal's Qs and basic attacks, and Warwick's basic attacks. That's pretty much about it.
Yeah, so I probably would like to see a little bit more magic resist, unless their plan is to dive towers. But what towers do they have left? They have 4 towers, and that's including their 2 Nexus towers.
Mm-hmm. So now we see Skarner staying on the right side, but this team is not really there though. Fiddlestick is in position though. He's actually gonna try to catch someone. He got seen by he might get caught right now. Sona doesn't have an ultimate though. That's gonna be a huge deal right now. Oh no, she does have an ultimate. I'm surprised she didn't pop it. They could have caught Fiddlestick right off guard, but nice. Now here comes the ultimate from Fiddlestick. Actually gonna channel in the middle of everyone. A lot of damage coming from Fiddlestick ultimate, but nice ultimate coming out from Vlad as well. But the Darkwind did do a lot of damage. Fiddlestick will get picked off nevertheless, but still was able to do a lot of AoE damage, and that's gonna be the end of this game, folks. Another one for the purple team. Nice team fight yet again. Fiddlestick channeling from the bush. Did land his full ultimate almost on the whole team. Vladimir did try to do his ultimate as well, but that wasn't enough. And I'm really surprised why Sona didn't ultimate Fiddlestick as she caught him off guard alone. I really don't understand why.
I think that she was waiting for a couple more people to catch. Like, that's just the mentality of a Sona player. It's like, I want to catch as many people as I can, and that's what's going to happen. So in her mind, she's thinking, I don't want to waste it, but that was the time to waste it.
Really, if they could have picked off Fiddlestick right there, they could have won that team fight. That's my opinion, though, but I'm pretty sure they would have been able to win if Fiddlestick got picked off before he was able to pop Zonius and ultimate.
I 100% agree. I'm just saying that that's the mentality of most Sona players.
Yeah, actually, I do play Sona.
That was the fault.
I do play Sona, and sometimes it's actually hard to, okay, should I land it there? And like that, you have to quick think. I mean, you have to think quick, because you don't have 5 minutes to think about, should I do that or not? It's right now or never, so yeah. The decision was a little bit made too quick, but nevertheless, that was a good game, so thanks for watching, everyone. My name is Dexirian.
And I'm Nabeaus, and that'll be, we'll see you guys in the next game.
Yep. So I'm gonna restart stream for you folks, just so it cuts the video, because Just TV doesn't have that feature yet. So I'm just gonna restart stream. It's just gonna take like 1 second.